Roomies, if you're like us, then you've been keeping up with Love is Blind all season long. From Clay and AD's love breaking down at the altar, to Sarah Ann stepping to Laura's man and riding off on jet skis into the sunset with Jeramey, to Trevor being the villain that nobody could have expected. Here's all the tea we have, so you know. Love is Blind has captivated fans of love and reality TV since season 1, with Lauren and Cameron becoming the poster children of what's possible on the show, but nothing could have prepared us for the drama of season 6. From the pods to the reunion stage, this season's stars were clear from the beginning, and no stone was left unturned because every question asked by hosts Nick and Vanessa Lachey and Love is Blind alums came in hot, so let's get into it. We know y'all remember Trevor and how he and Chelsea had a thing going on before she picked Jimmy. Well, he may have set the record for the shortest in-person time spent on the Love is Blind reunion ever. Trevor pulled up real casual, sat down, and seemed to be ready to talk until Nick and Vanessa pulled receipts in the form of text messages between him and someone he was dating and saying "I love you" to while he was on the show. Let's just say your boy was stuck and asked to leave the stage due to obvious embarrassment. His wish was granted. But just know that jokes flew all night long after Trevor's time on stage. One Love is Blind fan said, "Trevor told that woman, 'I love you more than anything in this world. I'm going to marry you.' And then came on my television and said, 'Well, I was not dating her technically. I never said, will you be my girlfriend?' This is the most toxic group of men Love is Blind ever had." Another said, "Nick and Vanessa reading Trevor and his girlfriend's texts back and forth like it's a Shakespeare play is actually sending me. And since Trevor's time on the reunion was really warranted due to his connection with Chelsea, we've got to get into Chelsea and Jimmy's relationship. Well, we would want to get into their drama, but unfortunately, the reunion didn't touch on anything we didn't know or want to know more about. They rehashed Jimmy's relationship with his best friend, but nobody addressed Chelsea's out-of-pocket behavior all season long." One roomie said, "Reunion was good, but where was the accountability for Chelsea's toxic behavior with Jimmy? Is she getting help? What's the status of their relationship?" And while their drama wasn't fully addressed, Jimmy's relationship with Jessica absolutely was in front of his ex-fiance, and fans peeped it. One roomie said, "Why is this Jessica and Jimmy segment longer than the Chelsea and Jimmy actual engagement on the show?" And when Jimmy tried to lie about one of their dates being 10 minutes opposed to 2 hours, Jessica had production pull up the true tea, which left roomies giving that moment a round of applause, tweeting, "Jessica said run the tapes, and they matched up with her version of events with Jimmy." When it came to Kenny and Brittany's relationship, all we know now is that they're amazing friends and very clearly are the best of friends, and we love that for them, but they barely got any airtime. And neither did the married couple from season 6, Johnny and Amy. They're just as happy now as they were when the show was filming. No drama, no frills, just a quick check-in. However, just because some couples weren't about drama, we know that Sarah Ann was built for the drama and Jeramey was going along with it by any means necessary, even if it meant losing his fiancé. Everyone watched Jeramey stay out till wee hours of the morning to hang with Sarah Ann while engaged to Laura. He folded after getting caught up and had no remorse. Sarah Ann tried to make excuses during the reunion and nobody was hearing it. The women of the cast have iced her out. Laura pulled up receipts and Vanessa Lachey didn't let her get off easy, addressing the fact that it seemed like she was looking for 15 minutes of fame. Riding off on jet skis into the sunset was one thing, but blatantly taking someone's fiance on air didn't sit well with anyone, but at least Jeramey attempted to take responsibility for his bad behavior. But you know that the stars of the season, Clay and AD, got plenty of time to clear the air, and we were ready for how this shook out. So, in case you missed it, Clay and AD were the couple that everyone hoped would see black love through. But with some family traumas that weighed heavily on Clay, he shared his apprehension on being able to show up as a husband all season long. And when he got to the altar after AD said "I do," he said he didn't think it was responsible to get married and ultimately said "I don't." And after that heartbreaking moment at the altar, we saw Clay's mother go head to head with his father, explaining their son's decision and serving him the truth up cold and breaking a cycle of toxic behavior and trauma in real time, becoming the hero of the season. And since the wedding, even though the internet came across footage of AD and Clay during Thanksgiving spending time with his family, it appears that AD has moved on. AD revealed that since wrapping the show, she's been on a few dates with Matthew from the pods and that Clay knew about it, but that love connection didn't work out either. She also made it clear that she didn't see herself going back to Clay, acknowledging that the wedding episode let her know how deep his issues with commitment were, later saying, "I don't want to end up like Clay's mom," respectfully. As for Clay, he shared that it was a lot to have his family's business out there, but that he's been in therapy and has been working on himself. He acknowledged regrets on how he handled himself at the altar and also said that AD is the love of his life. But the most memorable moment of the night was again courtesy of the show's star and maybe favorite villain, Clay, who gave Brett from season 4 his props for being a great example of a black man and husband. This season was one to remember, so we want to know, will you be tuning in to season 7 of Love is Blind, or have you had enough, Roomies? Roommates, thanks for watching TSR So You Know of the week. Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Keep watching So You Know.